Tara, tara, tara!
A Day in Our Life as a BPED FS Students, Part 1!
In today's video, we will be talking about our first ever experience and reflection towards our first ever deployment and observation at
Bautista National High School.
So, tara na! First and foremost, we're deployed at Bautista National High School. The class that you observe is from grade 9 Luna. There's a lot of things I noticed inside the classroom ecosystem. One of the significant scenario that I observe is the way on how a teacher connects to her students through different methods, especially the skills she used to communicate and the skills she aimed to enhance for her learners.
From my observation, I perceive that the nature of the learners and learners' condition are completely aligned with the learning principles applied by the teacher. The method utilized by the teacher indeed cater the diverse learning styles and needs of every learner, which is very important for their learning process. During the learning session, the teachers showcases different pedagogical techniques which indeed foster a conducive and good classroom environment where every learners have the same opportunity to thrive academically.
Upon my observation in the class, the students are very responsive, attentive, and engaged in the learning process. It is evident that education plays a vital role in not just imparting knowledge but also in fostering many skills, essential for the holistic development of the students.
In every classroom, passive learners were always present. In my observation, I perceive few of the learners who are passive. They are just basically sitting and quietly listening, perhaps because of fear of judgments, lack of motivation, personal concerns or issue, or some were distracted and not listening, maybe because of warm environment. I also observed that some were pretty distracted, maybe because of our presence at the back. This scenario is pretty alarming since this can negatively impact their learning session and can totally affect conducive ecosystem for learners. On the brighter side, I really commend how the teacher addressed it silently through calling these students and let them share their thoughts with the assurance of the teacher that she will be his backup to assist him.
In the field of education, appropriate utilization of communication strategies to the level of learners plays a crucial role in teaching learning process. The students we observe are learners from 9 Luna who were labeled by their teacher as average to low reader learners. So, communication strategies must be really aligned to these students' learning style and needs. The teacher let the learners read while assisting her students to read the words and sentence in the right way. And then, the teacher asks the students what is their insights about it. This way, the teacher can test their reading comprehension. Further, the teacher makes sure that she's still there to assist them and encourage them by filling the gaps of errors of the student's response. Lastly, the teacher will then give a complimentary feedback such as Coca-Cola clap to compensate and recognize the learner's efforts, which is really important to motivate the students to participate actively in the class.
In my own perspective, I believe that the most important principle of learning is that learning is enhanced in an atmosphere of cooperation and collaboration. Generally speaking, learning is a complex process to undergo and it must be enhanced through different methods and strategies by educators or educationists. And one of the necessary methods that is proven effective and efficient is cooperative and collaborative learning process. In cooperative and collaborative contexts, the learners were encouraged to engage in different activities with the teacher and their fellow learners through sharing of ideas and making meaningful communication inside the classroom ecosystem. The learners were also allowed to respond into different significant questions where they can connect and share their viewpoint necessary with their learning process. This approach indeed creates a conducive classroom ecosystem where learners' ideas are shared and developed as well as recognized and valued. This also creates a space where every learner thrives personally and academically. In addition, this approach enhances various of skills such as communication, confidence, and critical thinking, which is not just vital for subject matter but as well as in facing a real-world context.
As a teacher, it is a must to take into consideration a wide array of tactics and getting the students study in a meaningful way. A physically secure atmosphere where the ecosystem is free from any forms of bullying. A space that is kept up properly and sanitized and well ventilated. Simply, a classroom that is far from any distractions impact the students to be more attentive, focused, and eager to study. Furthermore, as a teacher, establishing a precise and well-crafted guidelines navigate the students in knowing their boundaries and how to behave responsibly. Ultimately, establishing open sharing of concerns between educator and learners in an atmosphere of open communication fosters respect for the others, understanding of both ends. In conclusion, as an educator, we must ought to produce learning atmosphere, which is essential for learners' growth and development.
During the observation, the teacher showcases different activities that the students surely enjoy while making sure that every learner's learning styles and needs were accommodated. On top of that, one of the significant learning I've gained is the important role of collaboration and cooperation in each learner's activity. This process allows the learners to connect, work, share, and learn different ideas with their fellow learners. This fosters curiosity, communication, critical thinking skills, and problem solving, which result to meaningful discussions and in developing comprehensive learnings regarding the subject matter.